Hi, I'm Johanna Rothman, and this is my July 2026 Create an Adaptable Life newsletter. How do we choose between a straight reset and starting anew? We've all had strange days where we just could not get anything done. When we have days like that, we can often reset and then restart the next day. Sure, I find those days irritating, but they happen all the time. I had one of those days every single day this past week. I am still growling in frustration. I tried to reset and then restart every day, but nothing worked. Instead, I realized I needed to reset my goals and start anew. I can't worry about what I might have been able to do. That's all behind me. Did I realize this right away? Of course not. I have big, hairy, audacious goals, and I was going to accomplish them this past week. This is an example of the old Yiddish proverb man plans, God laughs, because life is so unpredictable. We need to adapt, and when necessary, to reset and start anew. How do we know? It starts with data. Which data helps you see when your plans need to change? I'll spare you my physical woes from this past week. They were partly due to my chemo and partly due to choices my oncology team wanted me to make for pain meds for my challenging right knee. Yes, I am sure there is another knee replacement in my future. And yes, I monitored my physical health and capabilities. But that's not all the data I monitor. I also monitor the number of words I write by type and by day. By the end of the day on Monday, I had 0 words. This is not normal for me. Even with chemo, I tend to write a few thousand words a week. So I thought, okay, I can reset tomorrow. I still had time on Tuesday to accomplish what I wanted to do, assuming I could focus and write. Except on Tuesday, my right knee stopped bending and hurt like the devil. In my quest to make my knee feel better, I did not write. At night, I barely slept. So on Wednesday, I went to the orthopedic walk-in clinic. They sent me to the ER. Everyone was wrong about my diagnosis, which is really good. While I had hoped to write something on Wednesday, I was now past the straight reset and restart time. It was time to replan and start anew. Data helps us notice when we need new plans. As a result of my ER visit, I took an oxycodone on Wednesday night so I could sleep. While the oxy helped me sleep a little, it made me very tired. I slept throughout Thursday in the regular orthopedist waiting room, at the cancer center waiting room, and literally at my computer. Yeah, yes, I fell asleep at my computer while trying to write. I think this is just hysterical. I could have taken a nap, but no, I needed to write. That is also data. It was now finally clear to me. I needed to scrap all my previous plans and start anew. Starting anew might require more slack in new plans. Next week is another chemo week for me. Will I be able to write? Maybe. But starting anew is definitely not a straight reset, which is often the equivalent of roll over everything I did not do into next week. That's literally not possible for me. It's not really possible for you either. Yet many of us still try to do so. Instead of trying to cram everything and too often more into the next week, we can relinquish the tyranny of our previous plans. While I always thank myself for those previous plans, a new start requires new plans. There are several project management principles here. Never cram more into a week than you can do. If you don't know what you can do, choose one thing and only that one thing. I chose this newsletter. Don't think you can catch up. Catching up is impossible. Instead, notice if you have started this task or project too late to succeed with your previous plans. Since you're doing a reset to start anew, see if you need breaks, slack in your system to focus and finish this work. Is there objective or subjective data that prevents you from focusing and finishing? I used to think I never needed slack time in my system. Yet slack time allows me to focus for short time periods and then refresh more often. That allows me to start anew. I wish it mattered how we finish what we want to accomplish. Often, the how is irrelevant. Instead, consider what we choose to do and how we create our environment so we can succeed. That is how I can pick away at my big, audacious goals. You can too. I have an announcement, effective public speaking, how to use content marketing with stories to show your value is available on my store in ebook and audio. The ebook and print books are all in the usual stores. I have more links to the previous issues of Create an Adaptable Life, my YouTube channel, the blog to see the weekly question of the week, my books, my store, the Managing Product Development blog, my fiction, and the tip jar. Thank you, and I will see you next month.